Jaws challenge for the women. The women are still getting into place. It's going to be 5 surfers out of the lineup. Before the final, we got the news that Justine Dupont, although she performed well in her first heat in the semifinal #1, she took an injury with a dislocated shoulder, so she's had to pull out. Oh, wow.
We have a much bigger swell forecasted to hit about 10 o'clock. So there's a chance that before this heat is over, these women see one of those forerunners.
Wow! Kennelly sending it and paying the price, but she has been absolutely relentless on paddling into these waves and going for it.
She is as brave as they come. Like you mentioned, she's still underwater. She's still underwater. Can she get to the surface? There she is finally. And of course, now going to have to deal with this next wave.
On those rocks, because the water is pulling on it, it is going to get ruined. If they can get a rope to it, secure it, so it stays at the high tide mark or the wash-up mark, they have a chance of saving that ski. And with the skills and ability of Don Shear, the helicopter pilot, drop the net, throw the ski in there. I've seen it happen.
Finished off a ride into the channel. We'll get caught up with a replay for Emmy. And here it is, Pete.
Look at her. See how they committed down the face? She's actually positioned herself in a little bit further over the channel, but what it's done is it's put her in an opportunity to be able to complete these rides. So she's adjusted herself, and a lot of the work of this successful ride was done much earlier from her even starting to paddle. She positioned herself in the lineup knowing what kind of wave she wanted, and again, using that Carlson surfboard single fin, she's very confident in that surfboard.
That board looked like it rolled in so early that, you know, I got to give her kudos for just their equipment choice. And through the ringer. She
Look at this.
This is extremely fatigued.
This is the wipeout from Andrea Moller. Very committed. I mean, you look at that. She had the entry. She was there, and then the extension, the bump, it gets extended. The arms above the shoulders. Your balance goes.
Dropped out.
And yeah, she took a very long time. See, there's a good technique. Is that one there? I love that thing, which is designed by the Heavy Water Group over there, High Surf Accessories. And you know what? It just gives you that extra length to be able to grab that surfer. So it gives you an extra 2 feet.
And you know that road out in front of you for the quarter mile is perfectly groomed, which will allow you to go at maximum speed. Do that quarter mile drag race with a bunch of potholes and dirt. Oh.
Keala, again, she had
relentless. Relentless.
She
Relentless.
is. Yeah, thank you.
Just
she's out there in treacherous
going.
And I mean, that one there looked like she had it again, but again, one moment.
Peter, what do you think about the warrior in Keala, Kennelly, who has obviously been the most committed woman throughout this competition here at the Jaws Challenge?
I mean, I have never doubted Keala's commitment. Here we go.
Paige.
Defending champ Paige Alms, dropping from the sky, then skipping on top of the water. No penetration under the water. That is going to be an absolutely brutal wipeout and hold down.
Go train.
Almost making it there. Andrea Moller airdropping into that. Looks like the fins did engage halfway down that wave face, but she just got bucked off.
Only needs a 2.82 to move into the #1 position. And, you know, if you look at what we saw score-wise from Keala Kennelly, it's very close. It could turn the heat for her. And that was, I mean, if you think about it too, her board completely detached from the wave. She was able to keep control and stay on her board for another moment. Then at the very last moments, it was ejection.
Look at how hard she's fighting to get in. A bump. Once again, it comes down. She was pulling it back in. She hit a bump, and it was just enough to dislodge her, and off she went. But I mean, look at that. To get as far as she did, you know,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you look at the 2.82 needed. There was a lot of commitment that went into this, and there was some control to that point. Look at right there again, where you're on those heel edge, trying to adjust at that point. When you're on the heel edge, it's so hard to bring yourself back over, centered over your surfboard. It's unfortunate that she wasn't able to complete the rides, but she definitely, both heats, put in her head down and paid probably the most dues, besides maybe Justine Dupont. who is, had her bad wipeout. But there's been a lot of wipeouts for Kennelly, and she's going to get herself the number one in the win.
That's right. We have our champion for the Women's Jaws Challenge at Pe'ahi. That in the way of Keala.